this is Amanda from the Fundamental Home, and I'm here with Rick.
Hello.
And we are doing the second video in our series about the top 3 financial lessons that we've taught our children. And today, you're going to hear Rick's top 3 financial lessons that he feels that we taught them. Okay. Now, I gave you mine last week, and if you haven't seen that, I'm going to link that up here. I always forget how to point that out, but anyway, I'll link that over here, and you can go check out my top 3 financial lessons. But Rick's, frankly, I'm not quite sure what his are, but I'm assuming his are different than mine because we usually don't think exactly alike. So, anyway, okay, so what's your first financial, oh, you got your cup too. What's your first financial lesson?
Hit my cup. Number 1. Well, I taught the kids early on, we were in agreement that work is important.
Yes.
Work and money go together.
Yes.
If a man doesn't work, you know, he can't expect to eat.
Yes.
Right? And it has to be taught. You know, you can't assume that folks are going to grow up and they have like a work ethic.
True.
My dad, when I was a little boy, he used to tell me all the time that I had to get my 40 hours.
Yeah.
You know, at least you're 40. You got to at least get 40, and you can get more than that if you can, but you have to go out each week and plan to work as much as you can for your family. Not neglect your family, but you have to be prepared to work
To take care of them.
and you can't expect anyone or someone just to give things to you.
Yes.
And it's right, and it's very biblical. You know, man, when he was put in a garden, he was given a job. He was to work. He was to keep the garden. And it also teaches in the New Testament that if you don't take care of your family, you're worse than an infidel. You're like an unbeliever. God expects man to work, and it is just right for people to work. So it's right to teach your children to work. And I think that's a parent's job, a mom's job, a dad's job to teach their children that they need to work. When they're little, they need to have assignments. They need to have tasks in the house to do. Clean up your room, you know, make your bed. And then as they grow up, you need to teach them that, you know, now you need to earn some money. You need to get a job. You need to think about a career. You need to be able to take care of yourself. And I think a lot of people, you know, they just seem to live to retire. they live for retirement. You know, folks my age or younger, it's talking about retirement. You know, and I'll tell you, if you don't learn to work now, you're never going to get there. You have to have a pattern of work. And
well, you have to have something to retire from.
Yes.
And the retiring from is the work.
Yeah. So you have to work.
Okay. I don't know that we taught them. I was thinking to myself, how did we exactly teach them that? And I know that we did require them to do certain things around the house. I think a lot of it, though, was modeled. Because like with you and your dad, I think that you learned to work because you saw your dad
I saw it all the time.
Go to work every single day. And I had the same with my dad. Every single day, went to work without fail. You know, rain, shine, sick, you know, whatever, it didn't matter. He went to work. And so Rick has kind of modeled that. And I think even though when I did work, I still try to be faithful in my work, but even as a stay-at-home mom, I've tried to be faithful to make sure that I'm working, you know, all day, every day, making sure that stuff is getting done around the house, or, you know, I think I get less downtime than anyone, you know, I was going to say. Yes, ma'am.
But, you know, overall, when raising kids, it is a two-sided coin.
Yeah.
You have to tell them you need to work.
Yes.
But you also have to, like you said, model it. You know, the idea of practicing what you preach.
Yes.
You know, you can't be a lazy parent and expect that your kids are going to, you know, have that strong work ethic. They might, and you know, but that's not...
It's not likely.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few that probably have it born within them that they just want to work, but...
The idea that the apple doesn't fall off... There you go. Say it again. The apple...
Doesn't fall...
What does the apple do? It doesn't fall far from the tree. That's a tongue twister.
Wow. Okay, what's your number 2?
Number 2. Okay, you're working. You're earning money.
Yes.
Great. Now, number 2, you have to learn to purchase things wisely.
Okay.
Make smart purchases. For example, things... See, sometimes, I mean, if you only have so much money and you need something and you have to buy the cheapest thing you can, then that's fine.
Yes.
You know, and I know we're about being frugal, and I understand that. But also, it in a way, depending on how you think about it, it's really a waste of money to buy the cheapest thing possible.
If it's not good quality.
If it's something that you want long term.
Yes.
You know, like, for example, you know, if you only have so much money, and you need a car, it's good to buy the cheapest car you can because you have to get around. But you know, if you have to spend a little bit more to buy a car that's going to last longer, that's good too.
Yeah.
The idea that you make smart purchases so you're planning for the future as well.
I think cars are a really good example
Yeah.
because, like, we just bought the car for Brian, and I think one of those things, you know, you have to make some sacrifices. We could have got something cheaper. It might have lasted a while, it might not. But what we did was we took whatever amount we thought we could afford, and we put it aside, and we said, okay, this is the amount we have, and we're going to find the best deal that we can for a vehicle of this amount. And so that's what we set out to do. We try to find something that's going to last him a good long time. But that goes with other things too. I mean, when we buy things, because we buy things used a lot.
Yeah, right.
And I think I don't have any issue with buying used. Sometimes you get better quality things used
Yeah,
than if you
exactly.
get new.
I'm talking about buying a car. I'm not saying buy a new car off the lot.
No.
And
Because that's not being wise either
no,
most
no,
of the
it's
time.
not. But if you can buy used, but the idea is to buy something good.
Yes.
That's used. Well, we thrift store shop a lot, but we hunt for things.
Yes.
I think we don't just go, you know, oh, that's good and buy that, and you know, it's like all right, thrift store clothes, for example. You know, there are people that will just go out if it's a deal and they'll buy a bunch of clothes, even if the clothes have holes in them or if they're stained. My wife, she'll buy. She can find really good clothes at a thrift store,
Yes.
but she has to search and she has to hunt things that don't have holes and things that don't have stains.
Just
and
good quality.
They're
things.
out there.
Nice.
Okay, so the idea is that you just make wise purchases. You know, and it doesn't have to be big dollars. I'll tell you, if you just have $1, you should think about it before you spend it.
I think another good example is buying furniture. Because let's
Oh,
say you
yes.
have like, you know, $1,000 to spend on furniture. You could go buy brand new furniture for $1,000 in a showroom. And to be honest, furniture that you get for $1,000 in a brand new showroom is probably not going to be the best quality. That's actually kind of a low quality price.
Yeah.
But what you could do is spend $1,000 on good quality antique furniture. The difference is that the furniture that you get brand new in a showroom for about $1,000 is probably going to go down in value. The value is going to go down. It's not going to be worth, you know, in about 10 years it's going to be worth significantly less, if anything, right? However, the antique furniture that you buy for $1,000, if anything, will at least keep its value, if not go up in value.
Right.
So you've actually gained an asset and you've spent the same amount of money. So you really have to, when you're talking about buying wisely, you really have to consider the long-term value of it, not just the immediate value of it. Sometimes you just need something right away. But if you're thinking long-term, like with a vehicle, with furniture, things like that, or even clothes, like you're talking about, you really need to consider it from every angle and not just think about what you need and want right now. Think about it as an investment.
Yeah, and on that thought, I mean, like like department stores and things like that. I mean, Target, Walmart, things like that. I mean, these are fine places. I'm not shooting down, you know, these places, but you know, and if you're a young couple starting out, maybe you have a bunch of books that you've collected. You might need the bookcase from Walmart.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we actually
We have a bunch of
some
them.
here
Yeah.
because all of a sudden we had an abundance of books and
Homeschool family.
that's what we need,
Yeah.
or that's what we had to get. But really, I mean, seriously, when you're making long-term decisions, you know, furniture at places like that, you know, it's there, you can buy it, but at department stores like that, it's not made
To last forever.
to last a long time.
Yeah.
But if you can plan, if you can save, it's better to wait and buy something that's going to last. Smart purchases.
Smart
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Well, hey, good. All right, number 3.
Number 3.
Take a drink and give me number 3.
Number 3. It's big.
Okay.
It's big.
Okay.
Okay.
What is
And
it?
It really.
I'm excited now.
It really goes together. And this all goes together.
Okay.
You've brought up the idea of debt before and having little to no debt.
Yes.
And I agree with that completely.
Okay.
Your plan should be have little to no debt.
Okay.
In addition to that, or another branch on that tree,
Okay.
you can say also work toward having few bills.
Yes.
Few bills.
Yes.
Because that will really eat away at whatever you make each month.
True.
And it doesn't seem, so sometimes when these bills start collecting, it doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you have a water bill, a power bill, fine, but then there's all these little extra things, cell phone, this, that, and the other. And,
Internet.
And you look at, all right, $20 a month for this, that doesn't sound like a lot, so you go ahead, well, $30 a month for that, and that doesn't sound like a lot. But all of a sudden,
Those
all
bills
this
aren't $20 or $30.
yeah, I know, but all this stuff starts to come in.
Add up, yeah.
And you can really eat away at your family's finances with all these different bills.
Yep.
And I think when we were younger, we let them pile up.
We did.
A different, you know, just a bill
You kind of
for
feel
this.
like you have to do everything. You have to get
Right.
cable. You have to have every cell phone. You have
Yeah.
to do all those different things.
Yeah, so it wasn't just the normal bills that were coming in that everybody has. It was all these little extra bills coming in. And it got to be overwhelming. It got to be stressful. And, you know, later on down the road, I think we finally got it. And,
After a while.
and, yeah, it took a while, but I think we finally got it. And we've tried to teach that to our kids. It is so refreshing to know that you just don't have, you know, a lot of bills coming in, that you've minimized it, that you've got it down to just the bills that you need to pay that are coming in, and you push aside the extra stuff. I've had folks tell me or ask me in the past or say to me, you know, how do you do it?
How do we get by?
Yeah.
We get asked that a lot
Yeah.
because we don't really make very much.
No.
Not much comes in, but not much goes out either, and I think that's the key. Yeah, people always ask me about our budget, and our budget is really minimal because we pay our mortgage.
Yeah.
We pay for water, electric, and internet and phone, and then we have car insurance. That's it. Nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean,
it.
we
So
pay for
somebody-
gas and food,
Yeah.
and we have entertainment budget, we have savings, but I mean, hey, that's all of our.
But really, I mean, that's low as far as an abundance of bills.
I just write a couple checks.
And someone
we're
will
done.
say, you know, how do you do it? That's how. And I can look at somebody who makes a whole lot more than I do, but they have bills coming in from everywhere. And I think to myself, well, how do you do it? You know, how do you keep all that? You know, that's a lot of juggling. And
But even the bills we do have, we even try to keep those minimal too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you really, like with car insurance, we just go out of our way to not, I mean, if we haven't really had anything, but like, let's just say our windshield broke, we wouldn't be putting a claim in on that, my friend. I'd pay to replace that windshield because we don't want our claims to go up and then our cost for insurance goes up. And we buy cars outright so that our insurance costs are down. We
Yep.
buy cars with low insurance costs. In terms of our water and our electric, we try to make those minimal, that what we use, we try not to waste it.
Yeah.
Same,
So
obviously,
you
you know,
have-
our grocery budget, we keep that low.
have few bills, and then try to keep each one of those bills small
Yeah.
and low in an amount.
Yeah, gas, try not to waste gas driving
Yeah.
places that you don't have
Yeah.
to. So all of that stuff, it's just, yeah, I think that's
You
an
don't need
important
to go
financial
on a
lesson.
joyride every day,
No.
you know.
I do think it's an important lesson for the kids because I think that, and they see it in the generation of kids that are around them, particularly when they're in college, because I know Ricky's talked about it, noticing that a lot of the kids his age are a little more wasteful. And just that he's kind of, it's obvious to him because he's just not used to that lifestyle where they'll just drive around and go everywhere, or they'll go out to eat all the time, or you know, they get paid and they just go out and buy things, and he's thinking, don't you have bills to pay? Because he's got to pay his car insurance and he's got to pay for his gas. So for him it's different, that it's not, you know, he can't just throw it all away. He's got to be mindful of what he's spending. Anyway, so I think it's a good point to teach them. I think that's a good financial lesson to have minimize your bills and to make sure the ones that you do have, you keep them low as possible, because
Yes.
I think a lot of people get in trouble when they're not cautious about that sort of thing. So,
I think so.
well, that's your 3. What are they again? They're work.
Work. You got to work, mom. You got to work, dad. You got to teach your children to work. You want them to work. They have to be trained, and you have to also model that.
Yes.
And okay, so you work, and then you earn money.
Yes.
Okay, so then you have to teach them, in addition to working, what to do with the money. You know, how to save, how to make smart purchases, not to be wasteful. And if you have to, if you have to buy something, sometimes you can buy something a little more expensive if it's a smart purchase, if it's something that's going to last them into the future. Okay? Because it actually wastes money to keep buying something over and over and over again, because you keep buying the cheap thing and it keeps breaking on you.
Yep.
So there you go. You make smart purchases after you learn to work, and then keep your bills as small a number as possible.
Yep.
And then also each bill in small amounts.
Yes.
Be wise with your spending.
Okay, well, that's Rick's top 3 lessons. Next week, we are going to hear from Brian. You're going to hear what Brian thinks are the top 3 lessons that we taught him.
Wise young man.
Yeah, he really is. And
He is.
I'm excited to hear what he has to say. Brian actually has a business degree.
Yes.
So his perspective is I think different from most people who are 20 years old. He already has a business degree, already works full time, and he's making some decisions to move toward financial independence even at his young age. So he's got a very distinct perspective, and I think you'll enjoy hearing what he has to say about what the top 3 financial lessons are that he has learned from us, and I'm kind of excited to hear it. So, all right, well, we'll look forward to seeing you then. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. I'm really glad you came to visit us here at the Fundamental Home. Make sure if you enjoyed this video that you click the like button, and also click subscribe right below me for more videos coming into your inbox all the time. And also, if you enjoy social media, we've got links up at the top here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the other fun things. And check out thefundamentalhome.com for more information about what we're doing all the time and how we do it, because there's way more details there. And here over to the right, we have some videos that I recommend. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye.